What is up, everyone, and welcome back to the channel for another spectacular review. It's me, the Big Rob Theory, and today I've got a great review for you for a movie that was unexpectedly really good and very well done, The Menu. Directed by Mark Malloy, this movie actually dives into some things that we as human beings take for granted and we honestly deviate from, and it's gratefulness, appreciation, genuine nature, genuine good nature, and the thought of giving instead of taking. Ralph Fiennes plays Chef Slovak, and he also was Lord Voldemort in the Harry Potter movies. I did not know that when we sat down, Anthony told me, and I was like, I can see it literally in the structure of his face. In regards to two of the main characters, Nicholas Hoult plays Tyler, and Anya Taylor-Joy plays Margot. These two have an interesting chemistry in the movie, and the way how this movie plays out, especially with Anya Taylor-Joy's character, it really just sent me in a new realm in regards to my mind state about this movie. As a service industry worker, this movie really hit home in a different way. I was in awe of the message that was truly trying to be sent with this movie.
It's okay.
No, we're gonna die today.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Hong Chau plays Elsa, and she is Chef Slovak's main assistant in the movie. Very interesting character, very stoic, dry, but a main essence in the nature of this movie.
We gel.
They gel.
We gel.
Since this is a spoiler-free review, I'm just gonna give a basic synopsis of the story. There's a bunch of rich elite people that go to a fancy dinner, or what they think is a fancy dinner. While at this dinner, there are several things that go awry and definitely are not part of what the individuals that showed up thought was gonna happen. There's several twists and turns in this movie. It's definitely gonna keep you on your seat. The humor, the dry and dark humor, is spot on. There was not too much and not too little. It was a perfect balance. The performances were very well done. There were times where I genuinely got anxious when several characters were doing some kind of emotional checking of themselves and the situation, because I pictured myself being in that situation, and I'm like, wow, this movie is really good. There's just two things that I have an issue with. The first one is the main one, which there is a story element that happens between Anya Joy Taylor's character and two other characters that are in the room. It just seemed like that was just thrown in there big time without any kind of planning and no backing to this thing that is part of the story that makes no sense really and has no bearing on the story. Like literally that being put into the story, it took me out of that part of the movie because it made no sense really, and it just didn't tie in really with everything else. It didn't tie in and it didn't flow with the nature of the movie. The second thing that I have an issue with, which isn't that big of a deal, but the runtime. To be honest, I kind of wanted to see a little bit more in this movie. By the end, there's not much more you could do, but I would have seen maybe an extra 15 minutes of like some dialogue or something else. So what I took away from this mainly was that artists have their thing that makes them them. There are people who appreciate the artists for what they do, and there's people who appreciate the artists for who they are. Then there's people who worship the artists for what they do and who they are. No matter what they say or do, they are just a god in these people's eyes. And then there's other people who appreciate an artist, but have several critiques about what the artist does, but they like the artist and they like what they do, but they just have critiques about it. And as I said earlier, there's people who just love the artist. Yeah, they might have critiques, but overall, they're just here for a great time. They just want to enjoy what is being presented to them. They're simple. They just want the basic thing from this artist or whoever is presenting something to them, so that they can just have a great time and enjoy life for what it is and enjoy this artist for who they are and what they do. So thank you guys for joining me for this review. I know it wasn't that long of a review, but you know, this movie was just pretty to the point, and I knew exactly what I was gonna say the minute that it finished, because I really love this movie because I embody the idea behind this movie. If you aren't subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, please. And the bell next to it so that you can get a notification anytime there's a new video. Thanks again for stopping by, guys. Until the next one.